everyone. This is Crystal with Fit to Overcome. I'm going to give it a few seconds for someone to hop on. I know it's Sunday and it's family day and everyone is just relaxing and having some good family time. So I am excited to share with you guys a few ways that I have used in the past to recover faster. So if you're not familiar with me, I've done over 6 fitness competitions and now I just live a lifestyle of being healthy. So I work out maybe 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes a little bit more. And so whenever I push harder, I go heavier on my weights or I do more reps, soreness is bound to happen, right? And so I want to share a few of the things that are going to make a difference for you to recover so that you can get back in the gym and see progress a whole lot quicker because you're being consistent and because you're able to actually take on more weight or take on more reps and then not just be completely immobile in bed, right? Hey guys, so if you're watching live, drop a 1 below for me. And if you're watching a replay later on, just drop a 2 so I can see who's actually had a chance to see this. And if you enjoy the video, just give me a little flame. That really, really will help me to see what kind of value you get out of my videos and what I should keep doing and what I should change. So 6 ways to recover faster. So the first thing I want to talk about is nutrition. And a lot of people pay for trainers, but they don't pay for nutritionists. And if you're really, really lucky, you have a trainer who actually has knowledge on nutrition. And so it's very important that you are able to understand the value in getting enough protein in your meals and getting enough carbs. And really, it's not like a cookie cutter situation. So if your meal plan looks like your friends, that's not a good thing. And so I would encourage you to start listening to your body, to play with My Fitness Pal, to learn about macros. I actually have on Wednesday a class that I'm doing. If you're interested in joining that, just private message me and I'll send you the info. But I love to teach my clients how to take control of their food and how to take control of balancing their food because we all love to eat different things. And if I give you, what I think is the best meal plan on the planet with like tacos and donuts, but you like hamburgers and Sour Patch Kids, that's going to be a struggle for you. And so I would rather teach you how to balance your food than me trying to tell you what to eat because the minute I disappear, you feel lost. So if you learn how to do it, then you're super empowered. And that's what I love about nutrition. But yes, the first thing is going to be nutrition. Are you eating enough protein? Are you eating enough carbs? Is your food balanced for you to recover faster so that you can get back up again with enough energy and with enough pump and with enough okay, I'm seeing a difference, I can keep going. Because a lot of the time we look in the mirror and we're like, I don't see a change. And we don't really, is it worth it? I'm in all this pain. Is it really worth the pain? Right? So if you're watching live, drop a 1 for me below. If you're watching the replay, drop a 2, please. So the second way to recover faster is going to be using what you probably have seen all over social media, a foam roller. This thing, do not be deceived, can be very, very painful, you guys. And a lot of people don't know how to use it either. So I would encourage you to actually, if you're going to do your legs, for example, roll your legs on there. When you feel the knot, you actually want to stay there and put pressure on it. Try to lean all your weight on it so that you can break down that knot. A lot of people just roll back and forth and that's not gonna do much for you. It's just like me poking at a scar. It's not gonna help. And so I would encourage you to get familiar with the foam roller. A lot of foam rollers now come with little booklets, but YouTube has so many resources, Pinterest has so many resources, and foam rollers really do make a difference. It's just foam, but it goes a long way. A lot of people even use ones with prongs that stick out so that they can go a little bit deeper. And then some people use different tools now. So one of the things that I want to show you is my third one, which is, I don't know what it's called, but I got this from Marshall's or Ross. It looks really funky, like a question mark, but it's very helpful because let's be real, going to a masseuse can be expensive, right? And if you are as active as I am, you would probably need a massage 1 to 2 times a week. Whenever I was competing, it got to that point. When I was about 10 weeks out, I had to be seeing a masseuse to make sure that I was undoing the knots that were super tight, that were now hurting my mobility to continue to see progress. And so that's one of the things. If you're not mobile, you're not going to be able to see the beautiful body that you're trying to make, right? So if something's constricted, we got to let it loose so you can have full mobility and not be overusing. For example, I had knots in my back, right? I get really, really ugly knots in between my shoulder blades, and it's really hard to get in there, right? But because I was so constricted mobile wise, I was using my shoulder too much. So my shoulder was now like taking the lag and now getting overused, and there is such a thing as like overusing a muscle, so you got to balance it out. So what I did is I got this because mama is on a budget. Let me show how you do it. So you put it right where it would be, like let's say that's my shoulder blade, and you have this here. And you just pull forward and it goes in deeper for you. All right. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. So this thing is, you know, I don't know how you would use this part. Maybe it goes in deeper. I don't know. I'm not super fancy with it, but this thing is thebomb.com to help you with knots. And like I said, just hold the pressure there until you release that knot. And the beauty about this is you have control over it, because a masseuse will just be like, suck it up. So, I would encourage you to get a foam roller. I don't know what that thing is called. It looks like a question mark. But one thing too is like using a lacrosse ball. And I have no idea where my lacrosse ball is right now, but it's very similar to a tennis ball without the fuzzy part of it. It's just really hard. And you can also roll on there. And what I like about that is like right here, I always get huge lactic acid whenever I'm like lifting weights, like doing whatever. It just tightens up to the point that I'm like, it's not that my bicep hurts, it's that this hurts when I'm trying to lift the weight. And then I also have very little wrists. Like my wrists are smaller, if not the size of my daughter. Crazy, right? But for me to be able to consistently put in the work, I need to be able to break down that lactic acid. So a lacrosse ball is just about this size. You can get it from Academy. And then there's this that you can roll your feet on. You know that your feet are connected to everything in your body. So just putting pressure on here and like letting it release wherever it's hurting is going to be really good for you. And you can do this while watching TV, you guys. Like, you know, self-care is just as important as recovery. And so I would take advantage of getting these little tools that can go such a long way. And most of them you can get from Ross. You don't even have to like, you know, spend a lot of money on it. And you can also use Amazon if you're lazy or you like getting direct mail like I do. I'm like fascinated with checking my mail these days because I like getting stuff in the mail now. Hey, Cindy. Mariah says, girl, you're explaining all my aches and pains. Girl, I know you put in work. I've seen your videos. Kudos to you. But I'm hopefully adding a little bit of value of what you guys can do in order to get some results and get results faster, because obviously we don't want to put in all the work and not see the results of it, right? Now the next thing is going to be Epsom salt. I don't have a picture of it on hand, but you can actually just buy this from the dollar store. What I did is I bought this big old jar. I want to say from like Hobby Lobby or one of those cute Michael's places that give you 40% off coupons. You can easily go online and you get 40% off anything that you buy, just one thing. And so I bought this big old glass jar, and I literally bought like 5 bags of Epsom salt in a cute little scooper. And I just throw all the bags in there and I keep it right next to my bathtub because I'm a bathtub girl. And so my me time is in the bathtub, if you're not familiar. And so I just put like a scoop or two right before I jump in the bath, and it makes all the difference to soak in it, and it detoxifies you at the same time. And then they have pretty scents like lavender and eucalyptus and things like that. So I would encourage you to get some Epsom salt in your life, because it's a very like small gesture that goes a long way for you if you are continuously putting in the work at the gym, or if you're trying to start up and you're like, girl, I have not worked out in years and everything hurts. So it's super real. I know, I get you. So the next thing is going to be something that we all are aware of, but we just don't do enough or don't put as a priority. And it's hard to, because we have things to do. But I want to encourage you to take care of yourself in the sense of sleep. So if you're not sleeping enough, like think about football players who are like pros. They put in the work maybe twice a day, right? Some people wake up early at 5 a.m. and then they go back in like around 2 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But in between that time, they're eating, they're recovering by napping. So sleep is super, super, super important. If you're not getting enough sleep, like I want to encourage you to try and play like couch potato whenever you are able to just relax at home. And, you know, I know it can be difficult because I'm always like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. But if you do not like kick it and just rest, your body will not improve, and you're going to be not only sore for a longer period of time, but you're not going to see results. So I want to encourage you to recover wisely. And sometimes that just means you are on Netflix duty, okay? So definitely take advantage of that and get some sleep, please, please, please. Every single person is different, so I don't want to tell you, you need a minimum of this many hours, because you should be able to listen to your body. If you're not listening to your body, I want to encourage you to pay attention to how you feel with X amount of hours of sleep, because I know for sure how many hours I need a day to function at my best. Otherwise, I'm groggy, I'm moody, I don't feel my best. I need like 3 sparks that day, so it will make a difference, I promise. The next thing is obviously like one thing that I've already mentioned before. Number 6 is massages. If you're able to go get a massage, you know, and you get a discount or you get a package, Groupon is amazing. I promise you, like, it will help if you're able to financially. And then one thing I always do is I always ask the masseuse, like, hey, what was my most difficult part, or what was like the worst part of, you know, my body when you massage me, so I can go home and make sure I hyper focus on that. And usually when I get deep tissue, you guys, it is just like another workout. Sometimes you walk away like feeling like you got beat up because your body was so banged up that you didn't realize, because nobody's like applying pressure to you every day until you finally lay down and they touch your back and you're like, why does that hurt? So it's very important that if you can get those massages in, or start to routinely just, you know, play with your foam roller, play with your, I don't know what this is called, a lacrosse ball, it will make a difference, I promise you. And then the 7th thing, which is a bonus, is CBD, you guys. I recently got introduced to CBD in May, and I got the topical lotion. Here's what it looks like. It is the #1 Googled product for CBD in the country, by the way. So I was very intrigued. And the topical is great because it doesn't enter your bloodstream. So if you're worried about your job, you don't have to be. It smells amazing. It's got 40 essential oils in it, which we know essential oils do wonders. And then it also has aloe vera. So there's multiple uses to this. People use it for acne. People use it for soreness. People use it for arthritis. People use it for their dogs. If their dogs have pain or any injury, you can literally apply it to a wound and it'll help recover faster. But I started off with this because I was like, if something can help me with my soreness, I will be wise and at least try it. So I tried this, loved it. My boyfriend massaged me with it the first time I got it, and I fell asleep. Like totally fell asleep, woke up totally refreshed, absolutely fell in love with it. And I was like, all right, girl, I think I'm ready for the big bottle. And got some from my dad. My dad has back problems, and my dad had gardened for like the whole day. Said he wanted to cry because his waist was hurting. And so he applied some topical and even brought it to him with him to our party. And the man was karaokeing and dancing the night away. You would have never thought that he had gardened and gone so hard that day. And so this thing is phenomenal. I do have 7-day trials. If you ever want to try it, just reach out. Love it, love it, love it. But not only is the cream helpful, but so is the sublingual, which goes in the body to break down inflammation. So this is only outside of the body to help, but it's not going to enter the bloodstream to actually help with anything that needs a little bit more love. So this is great. And one thing that actually targets inflammation that is not CBD, if you're like, girl, no, I'm not going there with CBD, like I would not risk it for whatever, that's fine. Ultra Ice is specifically called ice, like an ice pack inflammation. It's going to break it down in the body. And I love this because I do take it daily now. And whenever I do leg day, I know to take it like twice. So this is thebomb.com. If you're not familiar, it has turmeric, it has ginger root seal, it's got hops flower, it's got echinacea. If you don't know what these ingredients are, please look them up, because these are exactly what people tell you are powerful, powerful antioxidants that you can take to live a healthier life and to just like avoid getting sick. So I'm not only avoiding getting sick, because guess what? Most sicknesses or illnesses come from inflammation in the body. And so I love this coupled with this. And then whenever it's like intolerable, I just rub this on. And this makes all the difference. I absolutely love it. So just a few, tips on that. I hope that you found this valuable. Please drop a little flame below for me if you found value in this, and let me know if there are any other topics you would like to hear me talk about. So with that, have an amazing Sunday. Thanks for hopping on, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.